Nile Gardiner is with me, fortunately. Sober me up a little here. He's a former aide to Margaret Thatcher. Look, Britain is a mess. No leadership, tumbling pound, record inflation. What's it going to take to bring some degree of stability here?
Well, Stuart, many thanks for having me on the show today. And as you point out, of course, a chaotic situation in the UK. But I do think that a certain degree of stability is on the horizon. Not least because it's likely, I think, we're going to have Boris Johnson returning as Prime Minister, according to most polls at the moment. Boris looks as though he's going to reach the 100 MP threshold.
But wait a second, Boris Johnson?
Absolutely, yes.
Most people are saying, you know, the pundits are saying he's the most likely guy to come back and be the Prime Minister again. If he did that, wouldn't that just increase the turmoil in Britain?
I don't think so, actually, because Boris really is he's a big figure. He's also a winner, of course, for the Conservative Party. He's very popular with the Conservative Party grassroots. He has the kind of stature and gravitas, I think, to lead Great Britain at this tumultuous time. And if Boris actually makes it through to the final round of voting next week, which is among party members, he's likely to win big against Rishi Sunak, the former Chancellor. And so I do think Britain needs a heavyweight leader back in charge right now. Boris certainly fits the bill on that front. Of course, it would be a controversial, development. But I do think these are extraordinary times, and we need to have big, bold leaders on the world stage.
You were an aide to Margaret Thatcher. Liz Truss was very much in line with Margaret Thatcher's ideas on the economy, but she's out. Margaret Thatcher is long gone. Is Thatcherism dead?
I don't think it's dead, Stuart. I think with Liz Truss, she advanced, of course, Thatcherite ideas and principles in the mini-budget. But then she U-turned, of course, sacked her Thatcherite Chancellor, Kwasi Kwarteng. That was really game over, I think, for Liz Truss's premiership at that point. She lost her nerve. She surrendered, of course, to the siren calls of opposition, including IMF condemnation, sniping from the Biden administration, and, of course, a rebellion among the Tory wets. So she didn't have the kind of backbone that was needed, I think, to lead the Conservative Party as a Thatcherite.
How long before the Conservatives and the British government get a new leader?
So the next Prime Minister will be announced, actually, on Friday.
OK. That's
when we have the result of the leadership contest. My sense is that it's going to be a final contest between Boris and Rishi Sunak.
One last one. My American friends at this time are saying to me, what's King Charles got to do with this? Would you answer that question?
Well, of course, he plays no political role as a neutral figure here. He will, of course, be welcoming the new Prime Minister, but I do hope that King Charles III keeps out of politics, because he intervened a lot when he was Prince Charles on issues such as environmental matters, immigration issues as well. So King Charles really has to step back from politics as the monarch, just as the Queen did, of course, over the course of 70 years.
Yeah. Niall, thanks for joining us this morning. Interesting times, eh?